Hello, my friends. This is your Happystamperlady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to an Over the Moon video this week. I'm super excited to share with you another great adventure in stamping. This is my Facebook page. You can go here at any time. I would love for you to like my Facebook page and then we can interact and you can message me. I post all of the things I make, but I would love it if you post things that you made as well. This is the demonstrator page. You can order at any time. And of course, I will gladly help you, hello my friends, to order or figure out what you want to use, the supplies that might work for you. I love it even if you have questions of like, hey, I want to create this. This is kind of what my end goal, and I can help you get there, help you figure out how to get there with the best products. If you've never been with me before, hello and welcome. I'm taking everything out of what is called the magic box. I use a magic box every time I do a project so that I can have all my supplies in one place, so I know what I need, so I can create and not go back and forth. Now, sometimes I still might forget something and have to come on back to my stamp studio. But for the most part, this really helps me to kind of keep everything concise and have all of my products. And then I get to craft in. You know, I like to do multiples a lot of times. So that helps me. Magic Box empty. So this comes out every Monday. My videos come out every Monday. So I just celebrated my birthday. Had a lot of wonderful celebrations, pretty full week. And this week I have some more wonderful things. My friend Teresa, I get to see my friend Shauna, my sister's coming up with Julian, always a favorite. And then the week after I get to see my Aunt Patty, who is also a very dear friend. She is my friend. And so super, super excited to have all of that. So let's talk about what we're going to do this week. Birthdays, there's a lot of my friends who have birthdays. So I like to create my gifts for birthdays. So I have created this gift that I have been giving to my friends. The one that I'm creating today, by the time the video comes out, she will have already received her gift, so it will not, I will not ruin the surprise. But we're going to make a slim line card today, and then we're going to make a monogram picture to go with it. I am loving this gift. I've had a really, really fun time. All of them look very different. I have some to show you as well, but they will have received them by the time this video comes out. So again, no surprises, no ruined surprises. So let's talk about the stamps that we're going to use. The main stamp set that we're going to use this week is Art Gallery. Wonderful, wonderful stamp set. I love the versatility of this, and I love how I can create my letter with this and make a personalized gift. Super, super cool. I did use Butterfly Brilliance, but I have already cut everything out on the Big Shot machine. Just a reminder, this cuts out one. You stamp one big image, you cut out all the butterflies, or, which I haven't done, I could have done this, but I used big solid images. You could have shadows of butterflies as well. Wonderful, wonderful set, not to be overlooked. Such a great, great set. So I did use that, and I also used some of this beautiful ephemera pack with all this gorgeous gold lovely going on. So I wanted you to know some of the extra pieces that I used for this. But I already punched out my, I already cut out my butterflies and punched out the ephemera pack because I thought it'd make it easier. My colors for this particular picture, this one is for my friend Leslie. So we're doing shades of purple. She loves purple. We're going to be using Blackberry Bliss, Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, and Rich Raspberry. Gorgeous, gorgeous combination. I've got dimensionals. I have tear and tape because we're also going to use ribbon on our card. We're using some gorgeous Rich Raspberry ribbon. So super excited to share that with you. I always have my blocks. I have lots of blocks today. He has lots of things to stamp today. So this is what the butterflies look like when they are done and punched out. Super, super cute. And I have several of these like little gold pieces from the ephemera pack that we're going to use today. And I already did some flowers that I wanted punched out because you can cut them with die cuts as well. Kind of did some of the prep work so it wouldn't be a super long video, so you didn't have to watch me do all the cutting. I might use these loose flower flourishes because they are pink and purple. I think Leslie would love those. And of course I have these gorgeous, gorgeous purple, different shades of purple pearls. Hello, fabulous pearls. Okay, so the first thing, let's just talk about our measurements. They're super, super simple. The slim line card is 9 inches this way, 7 inches this way, scored at 3.5. So you only get one card out of a piece of cardstock. So that's not like saver friendly, but it's birthday time. So it's not about saver friendly. It's about fabulous, fabulous. So then your monogram picture is 10 by 8. 8 by 10 frame is what we're going to put it in. So we want 10 by 8. Now, I used a pencil. It's very light. You probably can't, yeah, like I'm looking at the video, you can't see it very much. I made an L for Leslie. I always have my glue and I have my snips just to have them ready. We will be using some glue. I don't know if I need my snips today, but I always have them in my box. And of course, I have my handy dandy Stamparatus. Now today, the Stamparatus is really just going to be the base for me to stamp on. To make it easy for me to stamp on. I'm going to go ahead and pull out all of the lovely different flower choices that we are going to be using. And then when we start stamping, we're going to go back and forth between the monogram and the picture. The colors, I do try to keep the colors the same when I stamp like this. That's why I have like a variety of colors to kind of keep them the same. We're also going to have Your Lovely and we're going to have a Happy Birthday. Those will end up getting added. But that way I can get this out of the way to give me a little bit more space so that I can open up all of my stamp pads. All right, so I came up with this idea, I'm trying to remember, maybe the beginning of the year. I did it for Kathy, might have been my first friend that I did it for, and I absolutely adored it, and I thought, what a great idea. I think I need to like kind of keep doing this monogram because it's so personalized, because each one is going to look different depending on the colors that you choose for your friend. So of course I just choose favorite colors, like, you know, what are some of their favorite colors, and then we go from there. So let's see, I think for this main flower, and like I said, I stuck with that color. Like if this is the flower I use, then that got that color the whole time I was stamping. And I'm going to start up here and I'm going to create my letter. So what you're doing, you'll see it like kind of take shape as it goes. You're actually creating a letter with your flowers. So I do an outline of whatever letter I am currently working on. So I have a starting place. Hello to that. Isn't that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous? Then I think, let's see, with this one, I might do the polished pink. So what I do with this is I just move it around to fit it into the outline I made, okay? And then this takes, you do a little pop-up. So this is two-step stamping, what you're seeing with the art gallery. You have like a solid shadow that you always want to do in a little lighter color than the outline piece around it. But isn't that gorgeous? This is a beautiful piece. So then I'll do a little bit of fill-in here. Yeah, this is just kind of not guesswork, I guess. It is kind of guesswork where you're just like, okay, what do I want to do? Do a little bit of fill-in work, because you definitely want it to look like the shape of the alphabet letter that you're going for. I mean, that is very important. So sometimes you could stamp something and then be like, I think I'll fill in with that, because I think that that would help to pull out the shape that I'm going for. There's no right or wrong. This is just you kind of playing with the pieces that you have. Isn't that gorgeous? So now we're just going down and we're making an L. That's what we're making for Miss Leslie. So now I want another one of these flowers. Maybe this time we'll go down with the flower. I absolutely fell in love with the concept of this, and I absolutely love how they ended up turning out. I have several to show you as examples already framed. Then this one will get framed as well, obviously, for Miss Leslie. We'll do that. I'm loving it. Loving that. So this is me. You kind of go with it as you go along to be like, oh, what do I like? How do I like how that is taking shape? That's how I do it anyway. So let's go through with this flower as we start to move to the other part of our L. That is going to be perfect right there. I love it. And it's okay if it goes over the line, as long as you can tell the shape of the letter. I mean, that's really your your main goal. You know, like, oh, I can't tell what that letter is. That would be bad. You want to make sure that you can tell what the letter is. That's your main caveat for that. Gorgeous. Love it. Love it. Love it. Go there. Yes. All right. Let's do this flower again. Going maybe sideways. We're going to do the flower sideways. Yes. Isn't that brilliant? So pretty. So pretty. Okay, we need a couple more of those fill-ins to get to the edge of our letter. There. We'll do one more to get to the edge of the letter. There. Look at that L that you have created out of your own personal, beautiful pieces. I absolutely love it. Yes, yes, yes. So it did need that, didn't it? Need a little something up there on the side, which is fine. That's what you do. You do it and then you're like, yeah, all right, a little bit. Okay, there is your monogram letter. Now, we're going to add a little bit to that, but while we've got our flowers out, we're going to bring our slimline card over and we're going to do flowers on our slimline card. And the nice thing is that we're going to keep our flowers exactly the same. So we're not changing out colors of our flowers. That's very important because I just think it makes it easier. To be perfectly honest, I just feel like you do not want to be, you just don't want to be messing with stop, start. I'm trying to say if I want another one. I kind of like that. Now, that's why I did need my, I always need my snips. Sometimes I'm like, oh, why'd I have them in there? But I always end up using my snips. So for this, I did that one flower. We're going to do the inside of the flower, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to kind of take our snips and just trim around the openings of these pretty flowers. There's no right or wrong. You kind of just want it to have like a flowy look. I didn't want it to have any sharp edges. How about that? Like I wanted to have a nice flowy look. This just adds to the card. Not something you have to do, obviously. But look how cute that is with the front of the card. I really like that. Then on the inside, after you cut it, you're going to use that flower again. And you're going to kind of fill in your pockets. You're going to kind of fill in the little flowy places that you used, right? Super, super cute. So get our main stamping done, and then we can go in and fill in our details. Okay, so there you go with that. And actually, pretty sure I'm done with that flower stamp. So now I want to, which means I can get rid of the polished pink. If I can close it up and get it out of the way, it's just going to be beneficial for me so that I don't bump accidentally to get extra ink anywhere. You don't want to do that. Okay, now, do you see the difference that that makes when you fill that in? I love the two-step stamping, and it helps it when it's photopolymer because you see right through the block how simple that is, but how elegant, right? Like that's super, super elegant looking. I love it. I love the colors. Love the color combination of this combination is polished pink and rich raspberry. I think that's quite beautiful. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's go ahead and go back and do the outside with our little flower piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and lay down stuff to do my ribbon, because you know I like my ribbon to sit. I like that tear and tape to sit for just a moment to really kind of get nice and tight on your paper. Okay, so we're done with this little guy, so we can close that up too. Now, isn't that elegant? Like just by itself, you're like, wow, that's super, super pretty. Okay, so that's going to be done. So we'll be able to move that flower out of the way as well. Now, let's go ahead and do tear and tape just so that we have it ready to go. Because I'm actually going to do ribbon on the inside and the outside of this card. Then the ribbon just has a really nice, elegant flair to the card. Okay, so we've got that, so it can sit, and then I'm going to do ribbon on this piece here. I don't know, I just like it. It kind of peeks through where you cut a little bit, where you did that little bit of a cut. I think that's really pretty. I think that makes it really nice. I don't know why, but I just loved this particular, the art gallery set. I feel like it's a great fill-in for those letters. I just feel like it fits any letter, which you'll see. I've done several letters. So Kathy got one. Joyce, my friend Joyce, got one as well. So I just love it. I just love it. I think I actually might be done with the stamping of like the flowers and stuff. So then I'm going to clean this off so it's out of the way and we can close up the stamp pads, and then that'll give us a little bit more room so we can just like kind of start maneuvering. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm just going to add those other flowers and leave that. So the only one I need out right now is rich raspberry, because I need to do my words. So we're going to do you are lovely, which I love that saying, you are lovely. And we're going to do happy birthday inside. I don't always want to be a specific, sorry, my block, I dropped my block down there. But I think for this, I like the happy birthday. I think it's perfect. So the you are lovely, we're going to stamp probably on paper as well. So I think I did this on both of the ones I just completed. I'm going to do you are lovely, and I'm going to do it twice on this teeny tiny strip of paper that I just happen to have. I have like little extras. I have like a little bin of extras kind of over to the side that I like to keep just for, you know, when I'm trimming stuff up and you're like, oh, well, there's a little extra. I like to just keep those just to be, you know, oh, I might use that. I always end up using them. I always end up using all the little extras. Okay, and the happy birthday we're going to do here inside. And I think we're all done with the stamping, you guys. Really, this project, I wanted to show you because, one, it's beautiful. I love it. I was super excited to create it. And I love giving personal gifts. That's my absolute favorite. I mean, it's really the reason why I stamp. I love to teach people how to stamp. That makes me super happy. I get really excited about sharing creativity with other people. I think it helps. You always get a boost of like, oh, I really can do that. I love it when people catch on to that. Like, oh, I really can be creative. But giving a personal gift is my absolute favorite. I absolutely love it. Hands down. I'm like, yep, if it can be personal, that's what I want to do. So it is my favorite, and I love to share little tips and tricks so that it's something that you could do. So you're like, oh, I love that. Well, you could totally do this. This is really one that is very, very accessible. And you don't even have to use a die cut. So if you don't have a die cut machine, you think, oh, I don't have a die cut machine, hand cut the butterflies and hand cut the flowers. Super simple, not really all that difficult. You do not have to have a die cut machine in order to make this project work for you. Just saying. Now look how gorgeous that ribbon is. Like already that adds another element, which I like to do. I like to kind of build up on our elements here. So I'm using my Pick a tool to just kind of lift up that film off of the tear and tape. Tear and tape is my favorite. You can use other products, but tear and tape is my favorite for ribbon. I just think it makes it stay. I have the worst time with glue and ribbon. I think it's a mess. I think a huge mess. Tear and tape will last you forever. You can purchase just one tear and tape. I mean, unless you're using tons and tons of ribbon, then you might have to replace. I mean, eventually you will, but you know what I mean. It'll last you a long, long time. Tear and tape would be something that would last you a long, long time. All right, so I'm going to cut that off. Lovely. And then look how nice that looks already. Like, look how pretty that is already setting up. Now, we're going to take a couple of these flowers and the big butterfly, probably on that, and the You Are Lovely for the front. So I'm going to do one flower inside. I think the one flower inside looks super nice. So we're going to do that flower. Love it, love it. Okay, for sure I know I want that flower in there, and I know I want a flower somewhere over here. I was just trying to decide where I wanted it to be. There's no right or wrong. It's just kind of like whatever appeals to me. Sorry, I didn't realize I was sitting so high. When I've looked up, you've been able to see it, but I apologize. It was like sitting off to the side there. Yeah, I like that. So there's no right or wrong, just like whatever catches your eye of how you want your flowers to lay. So I'm going to do another flower over here. Now I am going to add gems, but they'll be the very, very end so that you're not hitting the gems, because you put glue on them and then they can get kind of icky if they're not dry just yet. All right, I want these flowers to pop up, so I am going to use dimensionals on these flowers. So let's see, maybe a flower there, yeah, like that. Again, no right or wrong. So whatever catches my eyes, I'm going along and I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty. That looked really nice. And I start to add, and then later on, you can like do more layers. So if something else catches your eye as you're going along, you can add more layers as you go, which is my favorite. That's my favorite way to do my projects, is you start with one thing and then you keep building the layers until you're like, yeah, I'm happy with it now. There's my mad scientist creativity for you today. All right, I think I like that there because I love it when it can sort of like set up and down. I love how the butterfly can sort of like set up and down in it. And you know what? I don't think I did. I used Wink of Stella on some of them. Oh, getting low. Getting low on the Wink of Stella. There are videos out there. If you do Wink of Stella and you get low, I show you how to actually fill it back up. So it's pretty brilliant. I use my Wink of Stella a lot actually. So I decided while my Wink of Stella was out and I was using it that I would like finish up all my butterflies so they can dry for a minute. So there's my Wink of Stella on all my butterflies. All right, so this guy's gonna get maybe one, like little dimensional in the middle, and then actually glue on this piece and up here, because I kind of want him to go in between the flower. I like how he's like sitting and like popping up on the flower, but he's down there and he's popping up. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. This is looking really fabulous. I'm loving it. So look at your birthday card that you've got going on. Now, I will come back to that because I want to be able to add some gems. But let's do, I don't know if that'll be too long. I am going to do that part. I don't think I pulled it out of the ephemera pack. I did not. I want one of these. Was loving how that looked, and this for the other You Are Lovely. So I kind of had a little, once I got going, because I was making several at a time to be like, oh, do I like how that looks? I kind of like got a little rhythm going on. I had like a little rhythm. I think I am actually done with stamping, so I'm going to move that as well, so I have a little bit more space over here to decorate. Now, the first thing that I do, I know you can't see it, but I can see the pencil lines, so I erase my pencil lines because I just don't like those. Obviously, I don't want those to show up. Look at this cute little eraser that my daughter gave me. Naomi like ordered this whole thing of erasers, and the other day I was like, man, my eraser is super low on my pencil. She's like, oh, Mom, I have the cutest erasers. I'm like, yes, those are super cute, and they actually work really well. So use my little cupcake eraser to get all my lines gone, because you just don't want those on there. You don't want to see where you were drawing. It's coming apart there. Okay. All right. There we go. No lines. Now, I know for sure. Try to see if that's a little too long. I know for sure on this You Are Lovely, the one thing that I want to do is I want it to kind of go into this gold. That worked out really, really well. So I'm going to do the You Are Lovely and let that dry for just a minute. Like in the dots there. And give it, get rid of my dimensionals. They go, oh, there they are. Give it dimensionals and let that kind of sit and dry. So this ephemera pack actually came with the expressions in ink. You can order it separately though, and it is really beautiful. But look at that. Like, look at that. You Are Lovely. That's going to be so pretty. And I'm going to do dimensionals on this You Are Lovely for my card. This is going to go on the front. And you know who else is going to get dimensionals? The butterflies. So we might as well go ahead and give them dimensionals. All the butterflies are going to have dimensionals. So we already know that. So we might as well give it to them. So then you can start deciding where you want to sit it. Because then I just kind of place stuff around to be like, oh, where do I like that? Like, what is appealing to me? How's that looking to me? That's my whole caveat for when I am creating, is just what it appeals to me, and that's what it should be for you. You just look at it and be like, yep, I love it, or nah, I maybe would do something different. That's how you work it. All right, so I'm going to pop that up and put that on my card so that it is ready to go, because then all I need to do is gems on my card and the card part's completed. So I'm going over top of, this is actually an outline piece for a piece that got popped out, but I liked how it like backed those pieces. So I don't throw away anything if I think it's going to be usable. So I'm like, nah, I'm sure we can use that. All right, I like the You Are Lovely. Yes, indeed. Look at that gorgeous card. I'm super, super excited. All right, so for this, I'm not going to set it down just yet, but it's already on the dimensionals. So this kind of helps me know where everything's going to set. So I like the You Are Lovely there. And let's see, maybe a butterfly there with a little gold or there. See, again, no right or wrong. This is just me playing, like how would I set it? How would I do it? Oh, I do like that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I like that. And I like, oh, that's very pretty. I like that. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Maybe one more. Oh, the pink butterfly. That's really pretty. You guys watching my get to watch like creativity as I'm like totally creating. Well, I just ate hair there. Okay, gorgeous. So now the gold piece gets laid down. Did I pull out tissues? I did. So with these gold pieces, what I do just a little bit of glue on the edges, and then when I go to lay it down, I try not to touch it as much as possible, and I actually put it down with the tissue so I don't get my fingerprints all over the gold, because I feel like it gets like smudgy with my fingerprints, which I obviously don't want it to do that. So that's like what my goal is when I am putting that down. Oh yes, that's gorgeous. Okay, let's do this one. And then we got a little bit of gold left and we have a butterfly left, which means I can put it in my card. And so that's what I do. I like to have extra pieces so that I can then go back and be like, oh, I'm going to put that in my card. Like it needs a little something. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Isn't this fun? Such a fun creation. And then when I show you all the ones, you'll see like they're so different. Everyone's looks so different. I love it though. Super, super beautiful. This is one I should make for myself. I actually have not, a lot of times I do that. I'm like, oh, what a neat little project. And then I don't make it for myself. So, put that down with this butterfly, and I've got a couple gold pieces, so I'll be able to add those to my card. And that's the brilliance of that. When you are doing all your stuff, having extras better than not having enough. And then you can go back and be like, okay, now I can start like loading it up with even more extras. Doing pretty good on time too. Okay, so there's the You Are Lovely, and we are done. Now that's going to go in a frame. I will take pictures and show you that. We will put that back up here in a minute with our beautiful card. But let's see if we can't do a little bit of gold. I don't like that stem as long. A little bit of gold and another butterfly. Let's do that. A little bit of gold there. Love it. And I'm trying to decide where I want the butterfly. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. I can do the butterfly at the top maybe. Can I balance it out? Let's see what it looks like up there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Love it. Love it. And I got one more piece. Kind of tuck in there. Hello. I don't know if I want that or not. We might just leave that. All right. Now, I do know that I like my flowers on the outside to have gems, so we're going to give those gems. I'm not going to put this in the frame because I want it to fully dry. I'm probably not going to do gems inside. I tend to not like to do gems inside. Let's do our gems and we are done, and I get to show you. I'll put these up and then I'll show you the other ones that I created for my friends. My favorites. Look at that with the gems. Just a little extra something on. Yeah, it just looks really pretty. Okay. All right. And then we'll take a picture of this for the front. Hello, isn't that gorgeous? All right. Let's move this so we have a nice surface. So we've got this is our monogram picture that we created, personalized for my friend Leslie, along with a specialty card. Yay! Take a picture. Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful piece. Now, real quickly, I want to show you what one looks like completely done. And then the rest will be on my face-to-face. Sorry, it's down here in the abyss. So this is what it looks like when it's actually framed. So this is for my friend Marianne Hain. Isn't that so pretty when it's together? And then this is for my friend Teresa. So hers is a more green. Okay, and then this is for my friend Mary Langley, which we went totally different. We did yellows and purples for Mary. So see how different they look when they're together, but in the frames, they're really pretty, right? So what a great way to do something personalized for your friends. Let's go to the front screen. Thank you for joining me today, my friends. I hope you love this, and I wanted to show you that you can do more with your stamps than just making cards. You can be very personal, and you can make beautiful gifts. It's a wonderful way to share what you love in a way that's going to brighten someone's day. People love to get homemade gifts. I think that's wonderful. So what am I going to tell you to do? Go and make the world a better place, my friends. Do what you can do in your part of the world, in your circle of friendship, to make the world a better place. And until I see you next week, I bid you adieu.